Okay, hi everyone. So we're on a solo mission tonight. So we are at RAF Lympton, which is located just by the Isle of Wight. So our task this evening, as you'll find out in a second, is to attack a secret, I guess it's not quite so secret because we know it's there, attack a secret enemy submarine base down at Jersey, but it's a little bit more complex than that. So just stand by and we'll have a little bit of a brief.
Red Squadron mission: destroy a secret German submarine base. The Germans have developed a new class of attack submarine which is the most advanced submarine ever constructed. It must be destroyed. The base is located on the island of Jersey. OSS agent Ting Tong from Tooting is in position and is broadcasting a homing beacon on 370 kHz. The whole island is very heavily defended. Your only chance is to first disable the island's main power station located at the island's capital, St. Helier, which is to the south of the island. The power station is easy to identify. It is the largest building in St. Helier with multiple chimney stacks. Knocking out the power station will disable the entire island's air defenses for 3 minutes, allowing you to attack the submarine base before the Germans are able to bring the backup generators online. Your run-in to the power station must be from the south via St. Helier Bay, as all other areas are too heavily defended. The whole island has high concentrations of anti-aircraft artillery and flak batteries. St. Helier is your only option for your attack run. Ensure you are at wave height and maximum continuous speed. It's going to be a very active run to your target. Before you make your run, ensure you set your radio to channel A for Able. Ting Tong from Tooting will contact you with an update on your attack progress. Mosquitoes will strike the power station with support from Thunderbolts and Mustangs, which will also provide fighter escort. You must fly below 100 feet when you cross the channel to avoid enemy radar. Jerry has fighter squadrons in the area, so watch your 6. The entire channel area is a hive of Jerry activity, so keep your eyes peeled. This is no milk run. We have paid a high price just to gather basic intelligence. If you get shot down, make your way to Café René in Paris and seek French resistance operative Michel. Code word is Madonna with the big sausage. Remember, after you've knocked out the power station, you only have 3 minutes until the backup generators come online. Then, the whole island's air defenses will be fully operational. Once you have knocked out the power station, the submarine base is located to the north of the island. You should expect some local resistance at the base, but your primary targets are the submarine pens below the cliffs. Good luck, gentlemen, and remember, never give up, never surrender.
Okay, boys and girls, so that's our mission today. So we're in a de Havilland Mosquito. Our primary weapons are 4 500-pound general purpose bombs with an 11-second delay. So we've got 2 on the wings and 2 in the bomb bay. Stand by. F2. F2. So you see we've got 2 on the 1 on each wing and 2 in the bomb bay. So the plan of attack this evening will be to take out the power station with the 2 500-pounders on our wings, and then hopefully we'll disable the power station significantly enough to put it out of action, and then we can scoot across to the north of the island and make a run and attempt to knock out the submarine pens. Cockpit. So that's our task. It's a tough one. It's very tough actually. Well, we'll see how we get on. So I just need to get this set up. So I'll talk to you periodically throughout the flight, and also I've got a bit of we got some period background radio which we'll tune into, and also we're going to be using radio navigation. So I'm going to tune in. Ting Tong from Tooting has set up a radio beacon on the island, so we're going to tune into that. It's which will help guide us in. So basically we're going to depart Lympton and then track out I think it's track out to the west, and over the Needles on the Isle of Wight, and then a southwesterly track low level to avoid fighters and enemy radar, and down over the Channel Islands, making our way to to Jersey. We need to make sure, keep an eye out for patrolling submarines, patrol boats, and fast patrol boats, snail boats, because it's going to be quite busy down there. So we need to avoid all that bad stuff. And then we'll make our attack run through into St Heliers Bay, take out the power station, and then we'll take it from there. So I'll talk to you along the flight. So stand by. So at the moment I've just made sure that we're on the outer fuel tanks. I've done a little bit of prep here. So our throttles are checked, props are set, parking brakes are set, elevator trim is set for takeoff. We'll just have some power here, give us some illumination. Okay, so I've preset the magnetic compass for Southwest Sea track heading 210. I'll back that up, just the directional indicator once we're on track. The elevation of the aerodrome here is only about 100 feet above sea level, so literally behind us is the sort of the ocean between like England and the Isle of Wight, and sort of Southampton's over there somewhere. Altimeter set, that's all good, all fine here. I'm not going to need any oxygen today, we're not going to go above 50 feet all the way pretty much. So the bombs are already preset, so this is our armament panel. So basically these are the wing bombs, so these have been selected to drop first. These, once I've selected those, they'll go on. Which ones ever I want to push down. They're already set to fuse, but this is the main arming handle, which we won't we'll activate that one once we're going in. So that's all set. So we've got elevator trim, the aileron trim is set. I always like a good notch, don't I? Excuse me, good notch of aileron trim, which I normally take out a little bit once we've taken off, and I've got a fair bit of rudder trim, which to a degree might go back maybe by about 50-60% once we've taken off. Okay, so fuel tank, fuel contents are checked. Turn on the fuel pump, and I don't think we need anything else there for a second. We'll put the P2 heat on once we get the engines running. So we get the fellas at the back, out underneath the engines now, to start priming the engines. He says, ground crew, start priming the engines. Run starters, our beans.
Copy.
And then we'll turn on the mags. Just need to open these buttons for the starter and the booster coils, so we can start each engine. Check brake is on. Okay, so let's start the starboard engine. Clear prop. Oh, that's the other one, sorry, wrong side. I've changed my control bindings, so it's all a little bit ass about face. All pressure's up, so that's good. Let's start the now I'll start the starboard engine. There she goes. All pressure's come up. RPMs are okay for the moment. We'll keep it nice and gentle, just gets a bit of oil circulating. We need to make sure that our temperatures are up, because this is a faithfully reproduced aircraft, so if we push the engines too hard too soon, they go bang, and we don't really want that. And the fact that there's going to be units shooting at us, there's a good chance they're going to go bang anyway, but so we want to try and make sure they're okay. So on this RPM setting for a second, I can just normally like to keep a little bit of up elevator in, but we're not really going to go anywhere on this power setting, so we're all good. So I'll just double check all that good stuff. That's fine. So now what I need to do now is I need to go over to the navigator's seat, and I need to tune in the radio. So basically what you've got here, you'll see me look here just above the arming panel. You've got these two needles. Basically this is telling me whether I'm right, left, or on track for Ting Tong from Tooting's radio signal. Okay, So this is going to be. I know where it is. I've done this so many times. To be fair, I could. It's once you depart, it's fairly easy to navigate around. But a little bit of radio nav, if things get a little bit hot, certainly help out. So I'm just going to jump over to the navigator's seat. So there's a little tiny switch here. I just need to turn on. Now you'll have to excuse me because I just need to adjust my view so I can look over my shoulder. Drop navigator's arming panel. So this is the transmitter, this is the receiver. So I just need to put that to standby. I need to put this to DF, directional finding. So this will tune us into the Ting Tong signal. Ting Tong today is on 370. This is not easy to do. I've got control set for this, but trying to find them and talk and not look a plonker is not always easy. So we tune that into 370. Is it kilohertz? Yeah. 370. Now you can see 370 here is on the yellow band, so we need to tune this fella to yellow. I need to turn this one to visual. That should be all we need to pick up Ting Tong. Now Ting Tong will be broadcasting on 370 kilohertz, and we can pick that up because there's she's transmitting. We'll hear her as well, but I'm really just interested in the visual reference. So we'll check that before we line up to take off. But I don't really want to hear any voice from Ting Tong at this point. So I'm going to leave that one. Turn the volume down. But we are on 370. Because of where we are, the signal's actually being blocked because it's line of sight. So once we get down the other end of the airfield, then we should be in a better position to pick up the radio broadcast. So we'll put that one back up. Put back over to the old pilot seat, and I'll just recenter my view. Apologies if my main view appears a little bit distorted. I don't quite know what's going on there yet. I don't know whether it's the fact that I'm more like that, in which case the view is a little bit skew with, but I'm not quite sure what's going on here yet. So I haven't quite worked that one out. So apologies. Okay, so oil pressure is coming to about 20 degrees. I can push this in for you to give you a bit of an idea. So we've got coming up to 20 degrees. I'm just going to tickle the throttles up, keep the bit of coughing and fart in there. I'm just going to increase the RPM slightly just to help things going along. It will take a little while for these babies to warm up. But it is very important that we do make sure that everything's nice and warm. I'll put on the PO heat just in case. It's not going to do any harm, but we ain't going to need it. Okay, so if you're watching this and you don't know other things, you don't know what you're looking at. They've got three big levers here. This one's for the bomb bay. The red one in the middle is for the undercarriage. And there's a safety switch on it, and then the one on the F is for flaps. So we need 15 degrees for takeoff in this fella today, because it's a reasonably short runway. It's going to be tight getting off because we've got a good old load with fuel. We've got a full fuel load, but we don't need it. We can probably do this on about 60% fuel and still have some to divert